Diane in Denmark here, and rah rah rah, it is Wednesday. Let me get the timer started. I'm setting it for 10 minutes because I'm off out for my morning swim and I'm meeting Vibeke. We're having our breakfast down there, so I've got my bag packed. I'm ready to go, and I've just taken off my nail varnish to put on some new stuff. So I hope you will use the time to fold some laundry, perhaps tidy out a desk drawer if you're watching us at the office. Or otherwise just relax with a wee cup of coffee, maybe you're sitting outside. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go ahead and paint my nails, and it's going to be a quick question and answer session today. But I've got something to put underneath my nails because I always like to use a newspaper or something when I'm painting my nails. And as usual with these question and answer sessions, I've had some really good questions the last couple of weeks, both on YouTube and Instagram. Just to point out, I am not the oracle, so I don't have the answer to everything. Hopefully I've got, a suggestion for you. On principle, I don't reply to direct messages because I get an awful lot of weird stuff, and I'm not here. This is not a business for me, being on YouTube and Instagram. I'm not here to to be paid for doing this stuff. It's just, I like sharing how I use the Flylady system, and I used to be a Flylady mentor, so I just like to pass on the knowledge and what I've learnt. So if you've got any kind of serious issues, please see a professional. And if you've got a specific question about the Flylady system, what you can do if you're on Facebook is you can message them, because they have a team of people who are paid to answer those questions for you. But anyway, I answer the questions that kind of come up and apply to a lot of us, or maybe a lot of you are struggling with. So anyway, let me dive into the questions while there we go. I've almost got one hand done. Let me just show you. Just changing my nails today, because actually one of the questions was, what type of nail varnish do I use, because my nails always look so nice. You know what, I just use whatever I have, and quite often now it comes from the clothes swap party, but usually it's, if I buy something, it's Gosh or Rimmel. But anyway, I'm going for a kind of orangey pink one today that I'm almost through this one, so I'll be able to declutter it soon. Anyway, I've got one hand done. Anyway, on to the questions. Let me see. Oh yes, somebody asked, weekly home blessing hour, how long does it take me to do it? Now, I know a lot of you find the Flylady system and then you kind of go overboard thinking that you have to spend way more time than is actually kind of prescribed with the program. So weekly home blessing hour, there's an answer in the title there. It shouldn't take you more than an hour. Even in the beginning, when you're just starting out with Flylady, it's 7 tasks that take 10 minutes each. And I know a lot of you tend to go overboard, and instead of just sticking to the 10 minutes on each task, you spend like 20 minutes or an hour on each task. That's not the purpose, that's not the idea behind it, is to move from task to task and to show you that you're getting stuck in one area without moving forward. That's why, you set the timer, do 10 minutes on vacuuming, and of course you can't vacuum the whole house in 10 minutes, and nobody's expecting you to. You're going to vacuum, the main areas, and then you move on to the next task. Now, personally for me, weekly home blessing hour, I change my sheets usually on a Sunday night, because I like that feeling of going to bed on a Sunday, before the new week starts, with clean sheets. And I don't even do the sheets every Sunday. I normally do them every second Sunday. Right now, because the weather is so hot, I'm changing them every week. But normally, the kids will do their sheets one Sunday, and then I'll get them washed on the Monday. And then the next Sunday, it'll be our sheets. So that's how I do mine. Sheets on Sunday. I read, the local newspaper as it comes in, so I don't have a problem with, papers. I deal with those on the spot. So that's another thing that's in the weekly home blessing that I don't need to do. And then the rubbish and recycling I normally do that the night before it's to be put out for pickup. Sometimes I'll do it on a Monday during my weekly home blessing hour. So normally my weekly home blessing hour is something like 35-40 minutes. So do what works for you, but don't get stuck in it. Set the timer and move from one task to the next. Now, and a funny question. You've seen me wearing all my summer dresses, and it was a funny question to me because actually several people have asked, and now I understand why they're asking it. You've been asking if I wear shorts, like cycling shorts, when I'm cycling with my floaty dresses. And the first time I answered, I said, well, nobody wears kind of cycling shorts here unless you are cycling in a race or going a long distance. But I understand now it's a thing about, modesty or nobody here is looking at anybody else's underwear when they're cycling on a bike. As I replied to somebody yesterday, over half the population of Denmark cycles to work or school. So more than half the population is out on their bikes every day. So we're busy watching, for other cyclists and traffic and pedestrians, and the others. Nobody's looking up. Nobody's looking up your skirt. So no, but that's just a cultural thing. I mean, everybody bikes here, so you wear your normal clothes. Now, on to another question. As I'm talking about normal clothes, leads up very nicely to that. Dressing to shoes. Dressing to shoes right down to your lace-ups, or dressing nice. I get all these comments about, gosh, do you do your cleaning? Yes, you see me cleaning like in this dress. You know what? It's a dress. It can be washed. You wear what you like, but for me, I can't function and be professional and productive with things if I'm looking sloppy. That doesn't work for me. Now, you may say, well, I don't want to mess up my clothes. And if you're using toxic products, I don't use toxic products, so I don't need to wear anything different. If you're using toxic products, go ahead and put on a pinny, an apron, if that works for you. What was the other thing I was going to say about that? But please remember, why are you keeping your nice things? What are you keeping them for? Think about it. How much money did you spend on, I'd say, a particular top? If you're not wearing it, more than once or twice a year, keeping it for special occasions, that's a really bad investment because you've spent a lot of money and you're not wearing it. I try and think about things of cost per wear. If I actually buy some clothes these days, because you've seen most of my clothes come from clothes swap parties, if I've bought something, I try and wear it a lot because, I've bought it because I like it, like this, I love polka dots. I'm going to wear it, makes me feel good, and the cost per wear keeps on coming down because I'm actually using it. And as I said, all my clothes are machine washable. I don't buy anything that needs special care. And related to that, one actually of the ladies that I know from my ladies club, International Ladies Club. And for those of you who asked about that, it's just it's like a club for expats in Copenhagen. And it allows them to settle in, network, maybe find friends, and gives them a support group, about how things work in Denmark. So that's what the International Ladies Club is. Anyway, one of them, she said to me, she heard about me, looking at my outfit the day before, and she can kind of see the thing, the idea behind it, that you're ready to go from the morning, you're not kind of wandering around all day. And she said, but what happens if, I don't want to wear it or the weather changes? Well, you've seen me, I have my outfits. I have several outfits set up in my wardrobe. I've got a video about that on the Building a Wardrobe playlist. And so I have other outfits set up if perchance the weather should change. Normally it does change a lot in Denmark. Right now we're having a heat wave. And the thing about, what happens if you don't want to wear the thing? Actually, when I'm choosing my outfits, because I've kind of pared down what I have, And I enjoy, I'm looking forward to wearing the outfit. When I chose this outfit yesterday, I thought, oh yeah, I love the polka dots, I love the red, I feel good in it. So, and I look forward to wearing these things. So anyway, if the Flylady system hasn't been working for you, and you're doing all the other things, like you're doing a spot of zone cleaning, you're doing your weekly home blessing hour, but you're not dressing to shoes or not using your nice stuff. And I don't mean, dress up in a ball gown to do your cleaning, but, just put on a wee pair of earrings that you maybe got as a gift and you've been keeping them for a special occasion. Today is the special occasion. Every day is a special occasion. And I'll do one more because I need to be off on my bike. Let me see what else I take now. Dressing to shoes, yeah, we've done that. Oh, and we are in the month of June, and there's a new Flylady habit for the month of June, which is drinking your water. Now, there are various ways that you can up your water intake. I don't know if you can see there. I've always got a glass beside the sink, so that every time I pass the sink during the day, I take a glass of water right there and then. And if you make sure to take a glass of water, 2 glasses of water every hour, you'll be going to the loo, and then you can do your swish and swipe when you're in there. And then after that, go and take another glass of water, and that will keep you going. There are lots of tips on the Flylady website about how to get in more water. I mean, add some nice bits of lemon to it or some fruit. You might want to fill up a water bottle and, add an elastic band every time you take, every time you drink the water, and then you can see how many bottles, you're drinking. But don't go buying bottles of water, just use your tap water, and keep it in the fridge. Anyway, and I'll do one more. Oh yeah, and I know we've talked about a lot. It's been so hot here, well, at least we feel it's been hot here with this heat wave which we've had since the beginning of May. No, we don't have air conditioning. I live in the cold north, and normally we don't have these extreme, for us, temperatures. And if you follow me on Instagram, or if you've seen some of my videos here, you'll have seen that, like, in the month of April we had snow, and in the month of March the sea was frozen over. Our sea here freezes over in the winter. That's how cold it is here in the winter, in March. And now we have, tropical temperatures. So we have the fans going. We're drinking extra water right now to keep us going. And talking of going, I better get going because I don't want to keep Vibeke waiting. And I'm bringing the tea today, and my breakfast, I've got my wee thermos flask, is typical Danish breakfast, just cold rolled oats. We don't cook them, and it's not overnight or anything like that. Cold rolled oats with raisins and some milk, and that is me good to go for my breakfast. Anyway, I shall see you on Friday. I'm around on Instagram posting all the time, so come and join us there if you want to work with us. And otherwise, all I can say is live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. And we've actually got some clouds today. Gosh, I'm not complaining. It's nice to feel a bit cooler. And I shall see you on Friday. Okay, bye for now.